Well, hi there all. It's just after Bank Holiday Monday. I'm back here to do a brief update on Hastings naturist beach. Venture down to the beach and I'll show you what's changed. I've just spent the whole weekend here, and because of erosion and man-made things, the beach has changed quite a lot since my last video, whether you've seen it or not. At this point here, we used to go down over in that direction, but now you have to go down over here. When we get down there, I don't want to film too much because there are people staying on the beach there, and I respect their privacy. But it was just over in that direction there, where we go down now. It's where I used to get my water source from, the little waterfall, last time I was here. But I'll take you down and show you, because the waterfall itself has collapsed down a little bit because of erosion. And like I say, I won't film too much, I won't be talking at that point because there are people staying there, so I think they're still asleep. We'll take you down and show you. So it's just over this direction now where I have to get my water source from. You don't have to, but it's where I choose to. Someone's got a tarp here in the way. And made for a little campfire. So now I have been getting my water for the past couple of days out of there, or where we go now. Like I say, I won't be talking. You can still get water from where I used to, so but I try and be a bit quieter. All my water I filter anyway, and then I boil it. I've never had a problem getting it from down here, so. Well, the sun is just coming up. It's actually 20 to 6 in the morning. It's still a beautiful, beautiful beach. So the other waterfall I just showed you, that's the original one that I showed you last year in my video, where you get your water source from. Like I say, it's half collapsed. But both those sources I found to be drinkable if you filter it and boil it afterwards. So there's people camping just to my, well, it's to my right now, so I've just turned around heading back towards the waterfall. I don't want to wake them up. 1, 2, 3. There's 5 little tents there and some canoes and bits and pieces. So someone enjoyed themselves last night, same as I did. Right, we'll take you up and show you a couple of other bits that have changed around here on this bit. Right, so that's the way down the steps. We'll head off up into the woodland. That tarp I said about, it was actually a tarp and someone in a hammock underneath it. I didn't realise that. So I'll edit that a little bit out. Out of respect. So we're still following the original route. I used to take through the woodlands up towards the ponds. still reasonably clean. There's odd bits and pieces about, but it's not bad. Now, because of the coronavirus, there's been one of the problems, because we haven't had the visitors down here to keep it trodden back, or what you want to call it, looked after the same. Still your little coves going down in places. This one's got water running down to it, I think from the ponds, so we won't venture through there. The pond's just up here. This is one of the bits I wanted to show. Last time I came here, there's lovely little ponds, goldfish in there, dragonflies flying around, all different flowers growing around it, and I'm not sure what's caused it, but here's the one pond. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4 to my right. Excuse me. And the bench, that was actually broken when I got here, but someone's actually popped the back on. We could do with a new bench. That's the way down, up over there. But this end pond, so there was goldfish in these ponds here. This end pond has completely gone. All the walls are caved in over there. Still a few flowers about. This one's overgrown, it hasn't been looked after. Like I say, because of the coronavirus, the local people that come down here and look after the ponds and things and do work, voluntary obviously, but they haven't been able to get down, so that's a shame about that pond up there. No, back to the bench, and we used to get through this way. We can't get through that way anymore now because it's overgrown. Another thing that the locals that come down, they haven't been able to get down because of the virus, COVID-19, whatever it's called. They haven't got down, cut it all back, so we go around this way. This is in a bit of a worse state than it used to be as well. This bit's all dried up, look. Just need someone with a shovel down here when it's not rock hard, because this stuff is rock hard. I want someone down here with a shovel and do a little bit of work. Oh, I see, yeah, the wall here's all gone, look. It's all gone over the side. That's why the ponds here have all drained out. Got mud skippers, or what you want to call them, or boatmen. That's what I called them when I was a child, on the top. So now we have to go this way through. Careful with your step. Like I say, it's rock solid at the moment, so it looks like it's all muddy. People have stepped in it when it's been wet, but it is solid. So we'll continue on up towards the area where I actually camped for the past 3 nights. I'll be going home later today because I have to go back to work tomorrow. But yeah, some disappointing little bits there. Part of it man-made, and part of it through to erosion, I suppose. The waterfall, drinking source, well, whatever you want to call it. That's all, the rocks have collapsed, so it's not so much of a waterfall now. So water doesn't get quite aerated as much. And the pond. And this bit's changed slightly as well. Because the way I've just come down, someone's put a plank here. But this was all, as you can see, it was all wetland. Still some flowers growing. but that's all dried up. Just needs the banks building up. So it wasn't so much a pond as such, but it was a wetland. I remember when I came down in December, I spent half a day collecting stones off the beach and bringing them up with me, because you couldn't get through in places. And I was building little stepping stones through the muddy path. Someone's left a jacket there over the weekend or something hanging on a tree. Give it another month or so, and when people walk along here, it will get knocked back a little bit just by the brushing of their legs and things. I must say, yesterday the beach, I'd say, had, I don't know, 500 people. Getting tongue-tied now. So this is where that jumper was just down this way. I'll take you down this way anyway, show you it. The beach was actually packed yesterday, maybe even 1,000 people. There was males, females, families with young children, clothed, unclothed. Oh, the sun's actually popped his head out. Look. I'll give you a quick look at the beach from here. Oh, someone going for a dip. Won't film then. Yeah, people at the camp and where the well is over there. I'm not sure if you can see the tents down on the beach there. Yeah, where that jumper is, just up through that way. I won't show you that bloke going skinny dipping. I don't want to put you off your breakfast. So back up onto our normal route. It's still easy to find a way through here if you plan a trip. You can't really get lost. All the paths, they don't need to be marked, you just follow the route. And they all come out roughly the same places. Some of them go up higher, like this one. Will take you up through the trees, but it's all like a big loops. This is one thing I was disappointed about. Had people here for the weekends, and they've left their rubbish. Oh, I know it's not just one person, because there was one bag there when I got here. But people are just, because there's rubbish there, they thought, oh, we can leave our rubbish there, because obviously someone comes along and takes it away. They don't come along and take it away. It's the locals that come along, find the rubbish and tidy the place up. So please, if you are coming here for the day, for the weekend, whatever, please take your rubbish away with you. This bit here was really wet in the winter when I came down. And here is also. It's very passable. You can see the stones have been laid in the past. The stepping stones where it's been muddy. There's another little cove down there, but I won't take you down there because gentlemen having an early morning swim in the sea in the lovely sunrise. You can take this route here, or we'll go this way here. There's a nice little sunspot here. You get no wind at all around this bit. Another one here where you can sit and sunbathe. And another one here. And these three in particular, you get absolutely no wind whatsoever. And they're sun traps. You cook yourself in them ones. So that was a little way. I said a second ago you'd come out before the three sun traps. And we're nearly at the point where I slept. You've got a nice little pleasant walk through the trees there, down to the entrance. And here we come, we're back at my accommodation. It's my tent and my campfire from last night. Now I'm not sure if you know, my last video when I came here, this was quite overgrown, but this area's been cleared back. But this bit here, this is all collapsed. All this was still here last August. I think it was gone in December. And just here, you could actually walk through this point. So this has all gone over the edge. Well, I'm just going to leave the area where I was camping. And I'll take you a very brief walk up into the woodland there. And show you a few little spots you could sit, sunbathe, tucked away. So I just finished my coffee. I've hung my mug on the tree there upside down to drain out. It's just a habit I have. So yeah, leaving that spot there, there's lots of places, lots of little coves, nooks and crannies you can pop into if you want to venture further into the woodland and up the cliff itself. There's a pathway going up there. There's a little spot here. So here's one. Oh, someone's left a jacket here. You could sit here in the sun. If you want a bit more privacy, you don't mind a little bit of a climb, and so you can come up this way. Lots and lots of people do. That path there will take us down to where I've just shown you can go up. You can go up there, or you can go up further up here. This is a bit more open up here. So there's plenty of places to sit if you don't actually want to be on the beach and be a bit further away. Because it's hard, the ground is hard, you can clamber down there if you're careful. And I was saying earlier on, you just see a little cove up here and there, that will all be sand. Another little cove just over there, that'll all be sand. Further up the beach, will all be sand. I'm camped just down there, and the well is just down there. But all of these spots, all of this area around here, where it's all come down, it is rock solid at the minute. The ground is. Someone's left a banana skin about, so there's obviously someone camping or sitting here yesterday. Depends how far you want to venture up. There's another little pathway through there. I haven't actually walked through that one. Me myself, I don't normally venture up this far. I tend to stick to the area where I am at the minute, or round by the pond, or down by the waterfall for me water. You get some idea of the woodland area. Like I say, we're right up on the bank now. You can sit up here. It's all naturist. This is just what you have to be careful of. Is a living landscape. Even through here, there's some harder bits of ground you can sit on. There's a little space, little plateau here, I suppose. Here, a bit more open here. If you want to sit in the sun, you don't want to sit on the beach. you're a little bit brave. Well, you could clamber further up if you wanted to. Like I say, it was only a brief view of other areas away from the beach into the woodland itself. So the pathway goes off down there. Yeah, you can get through there. I remember I went through there on Saturday. Today's Tuesday, so this is normally as high as I normally venture up in this area. Pathway goes off there, pathway goes off the other direction. As I was just filming, I was saying the pathway goes off there, pathway goes off that direction, and I went to walk down the way I normally go. I stood on that, and it was a little bit slippery, so I might edit that a little bit out. I ended up sitting on the floor. Like I say, you do have to be careful. And just down the bottom here, we're back at my tent again. So that's the route I did take, where someone had left their jacket. And here we are, back down at where I was camping. So as I was saying, just gives you a little brief visit up into the woodland itself, if you want to venture up there. If you're slightly brave, you don't want to actually sit on the beach. And once that tide's out, I'm going to clamber down there, walk along the sand, down to the well, because I can't get a phone signal around here. When the tide's right out, if you venture right out there, you can get a signal. Or I can get a signal. So I was trying to download some music yesterday, so I put on the radio station on my phone, and all I could get this time yesterday morning was France, because France is over in that direction, and because of the cliffs it blocks out all the radio signals. And another thing you might find when you come down here is your phone will change its time. It will jump an hour ahead to French time. So if you're looking at your phone for the time all day, you might not be able to quite believe it. It could be telling you French time instead of British time. I did manage in the end to pick up Radio 2 on my phone, so I sat there with my Bluetooth speaker, and there was a couple of chaps sitting next to me, listening to the radio, sunbathed all day. Thoroughly wonderful weekend on a wonderful beach. It's a shame I've got to go back to work tomorrow. It's only booked today off as an extra day because it's bank holiday weekend, especially to come down here to have a look, see how it all changed. I'm just waiting for that tide to finish going out, and I'll be down there. It's nice when the sun comes out, starts hitting the rocks. The tide's on its way out as well, which helps. This is the point where I was saying you could walk through before, and it's all collapsed just around from my tent. You can see where the path stops, and you just go just past that gorse bush there. I mean, you could walk across there last year. And this bit also, this has changed so much, this piece. Now this went right out where that mud is on the edge there, went virtually straight across here. There was a little indentation here, but nothing like it is. It's, well, you can see the grass on it still. It's all going over the edge, slowly by slowly. This spot we had, I think there was about 8 people. Well, sunbathing here last May it was, so a year ago. But it's changed so much because, like I say, this went across here. And this has all come down. Now this was all embankment last May, and I believe last August it was embankment. But this has all come down, look. It's pretty fresh fall. Even though it's hard. This is away from where I was camping at the moment. We used to get down to the beach. You could walk along here. There was a track went along here and pop down over the rocks. You can either go down where I just showed you where the land's disappeared. You can clamber down there. As long as you're careful, you can clamber down here. That's just a bit of a scramble. You can go down through there. You can see there's footprints there. Someone's come down the past day. You can go down here. Don't know if I'd like to do that if it was been raining all night. It was a bit wet and slippery, but there you go, folks. Without using any hands, down on the beach. And when the tide goes out, these little like seas, shape of seas that is, it's just very nice sandbanks. So as soon as that tide's out, it is just pure sand. There's a few rocks in the water, but it's a lovely place to have a swim. Really, really is. So this is where I've just come down. I clambered down through there. Like I say, we used to come down over there because there was a pathway went along. You can climb up over the rocks there, and my tent is just the other side of that. And once the sun hits these rocks, they get really warm. A lovely place to sit, sunbathe. Like I say, yesterday there's 500 people, maybe 1,000 down here. There's people sunbathing on all these rocks. The beach was absolutely packed. But I will say, except for families or people that were together, they did stick to the 2 metre rule, because we are effectively still half in lockdown, even though restrictions have been eased, so you can visit beaches. And my tent, I don't think you can actually see it from here, not unless I step back, but it's just up there. So people were climbing up that way yesterday, but I wouldn't recommend that way. And I don't know if you can make out the tents right up on the end there. That's where the well is. The gentleman's out to sea now, because he's got no clothes on. Oh, I won't film in that direction. And I won't take a walk along the beach. I might do that in a little while. How much filming I'll be able to do, I'm not sure. If there's naked people about, I'm sure they don't want to be on my YouTube video. Anyway, thank you for staying with me. I thought I'd give you a brief update of how it's changed around here so much since my last video, last year. Still a wonderful, wonderful beach to visit. I thoroughly recommend it. Clothed or unclothed, it's your choice. I'm going to go and make myself a cup of coffee. This is my first venture out this year, and I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Check back with me soon. More videos to follow. Bye bye for now.